Good afternoon, my dear students. I am fine and I hope that all of you will be fine. You have already got your portion. There are two chapters in your portion, chapter 9 and chapter 10. In chapter 9, we will study about geometrical shapes and solids, and we have in chapter 10 we studied about symmetry. So it is our revision class of chapter 9 and chapter 10. In chapter 9, we studied first about tangram. A tangram is a piece of paper. It is just like a puzzle which is invented in China. So in this, a square shaped paper is cut into different shapes of paper, like a triangle, rectangle, parallelogram, a square. Tangram is of 5-piece tangram or 7 pieces tangram. With the help of these pieces of tangram, we can make any type of pattern that we have already discussed during the class. Thereafter, we discussed tiling, means how to fill a particular region with tiles of various patterns. Then we studied about shapes around us. So every day we find various shapes around us. Some shapes name we give also, but some shapes that we get are not known. So their names we can't give. But some names we can give like triangle, a rectangle, a square. Then solids we also get like cube, cuboid, cylinder, cone, a sphere, etc. Now we have already discussed about triangle, that a shape having 3 sides. Suppose the name I am writing here. So ABC. ABC is a triangle which is made up of 3 line segments. This is side of triangle ABC. This is also side of triangle ABC. This is also side of triangle ABC. And these 3 are A, B and C are vertices of triangle ABC. Means it is vertex. Singular, in singular we say vertex and in plural we say vertices. So vertex or corner. This one also vertex or corner, and this one also vertex and corner of triangle. Similarly, in case of rectangle, we have this one, and this one, sides, side, and side, and here are the corners. Okay, so we write here corner. It means in case of triangle we are having 3 corners and 3 sides, but in case of rectangle we are having 4 corners and 4 sides. Similarly, in case of a square we are having 4 sides and 4 corners. These are the 4 corners here, and these are the 4 sides here. Side and here corner. Okay, so these are the required shapes that we see around us. These shapes, some other shapes also we see, but we don't know the names. Like this one, you can directly say it is a parallelogram. Rhombus also we know. Trapezium also we know, but here I am not going to discuss with you because these shapes you will study later on. These three shapes common to you that you will read here. And in these shapes, where is corner, where is vertex, where is side, as I mentioned here. Now the next we have to read the types of triangle. Basically a triangle is divided in types according to their base, according to side and the angle. So the basis we have to study here according to the sides of the triangle, length of sides. But according to the angle of triangle we have not to discuss here. You will study in next class. So look at here. If I am having a triangle and all sides are equal, this and this, means a triangle in which all sides are equal, called an equilateral triangle. A triangle in which only two sides are equal. This is not equal to the other two sides. So this triangle is called isosceles triangle. This one is equilateral. And a triangle in which none of the sides is equal, then this triangle is called a scalene triangle. This one will be equilateral. This one will be isosceles, and this one will be a scalene. SCALENE. So equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, and a scalene. These are the three types of triangle. So if any questions given to you and the length of sides given to you, you can easily tell which type of triangle is. For example, if we are having this kind of triangle given and it is 6 cm, it is 6 cm, it is 4 cm, it means these two sides are of equal length, so triangle is isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. If it is written like this, 3 cm, 3 cm, 3 cm, then you will take equilateral triangle. And if triangle is given and all the sides are equal, 3, 4 and 5, then it is a scalene triangle. Now we will read about solids. And where will we read this one? In solids we have read about cube, cuboid, cylinder, cone and sphere. I am drawing cube here. It is a cube. In this we have to read about the face, the corners and edges of the cube. You are saying here is one corner, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So there are 8 corners in a cube. Similarly, there are 8 corners in a cuboid. There are 8 corners in a cuboid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, here is no corner. 6, 7 and 8. There are 6 faces of a cube and a cuboid. Look, this is just like a cuboid, this duster. So it has 6 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly, if we have a cube has also 6 faces. Now, if we are talking about the age of cube and cuboid, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So, a cuboid and cube has 12 edges. So, we generally discuss about these two figures, edges. So, 12 faces. Here 6 and corners 8. In these two solid figures, we are having 12 edges, 6 faces and 8 corners. Now, if we discuss about a cylinder, now this is the figure of a cylinder. In this, we are observing number of edges. One edge here, another edge here. Here it is not edge, I have just shown. In case of cylinder, just consider this pen. This pen, one side is this one, other side is similarly cut from here, then we get. And when we put here, so this is not the edge, it is a curved surface. So here is the curved surface, edge is only on the top and the bottom. So here is the edge and here is the edge. So in this case, edge we are having 2 and surface we are having one surface top, one surface bottom and one surface base. 3 surfaces. Okay, one curved surface and 2 flat surfaces we are having. So surface we can write here 3. If there is no corners, so if corners somebody asks, then you will get 0 corners in case of cylinder. Now, in case of cone, a cone having only one corner, a cone having only one corner, a cone you can see like this. It is just like a cone, or if I am going to invert it, it is just like a cone. Birthday cap. Okay? The cap is birthday cap or ice cream cone. So here one edge, only one edge, one corner and 2 surfaces. One is curved surface and one is flat surface. Okay? Then we discuss about a sphere. It is a solid figure. Just I am drawing a circle. But it is not a circle, it is a sphere. It is a solid figure. So here it is filled totally. So it is a sphere. There is no vertex, only curved surface and no edge also. So about solids you have studied here. Only you have studied, just you have reviewed this one. Next is circles. So in circles, different terms we have studied. We studied that circle is made up of curved lines, or you can also define that a circle is a simple closed figure which is made up of curved line and a point inside the circle through which the boundary is at equidistant. Means it is just like a circle here. Okay. So here one point I am taking. Through this point, if I am taking a line, it is at equidistance from this point. So here I am taking this one also, here I am taking this one also, and here. So this point is called center of the circle. Means a point inside the circle from which a line drawn to the boundary of the circle always remains at equidistant. So this point is called center of the circle, and a line which is drawn from center to the boundary of the circle is called radius. This will be radius. radius. Okay, now a line which cuts the circle into two parts. One part is this one, another part this one. So this line is called chord. So point is A and is B, then AB is a chord. Okay, and this is O and C. OC is radius. Okay. Now there are so many chords we can draw in a circle. So we can say, if anybody asks how many chords we can draw in a circle, so we can tell easily infinite numbers of chords we can draw in a circle. Now the longest chord, a chord which passes through the center of the circle. Suppose it is E and F. So EF is a chord which passes through the center of the circle, is called the longest chord of the circle, and it is also called diameter of the circle. You are seeing from here to here radius and here to here radius. So relation between diameter and radius is diameter equal to 2 times radius. 2 times radius. Then you have to think about the secant and the tangent. This line, I am telling line, not line segment. In case of chord we say line segment, but in case of secant we say line. Suppose this is line L. So this line cuts the circle at 2 parts. So it is the secant of the circle. All the definitions you have to learn of these terms, which is given already in your book. Now, if a line only touches the circle at a point here, this line M, so this line is called tangent. Tangent of the circle. Now, from center, 2 radii and an arc. This one is called arc of the circle. The chord path, suppose A, B here and O. So AB is arc of the circle. The part of the boundary of the circle is called an arc. So you will see this part and this total part. So this part is larger than this part. So the minor arc is this one and major arc is this one. Similarly, here we discuss about the segment. So this chord divides the circle into 2 parts. This one will be, this one will be minor segment, this one will be major segment. And here, if it is this portion, means a part of a circle which is covered by 2 radius and an arc is called sector of the circle. And as circle form this side, here also circle form a sector form. So this sector is called minor sector and this sector is called major sector. Okay, so I hope you understood about circles and other terms related to the circle. The next chapter we have is symmetry. In symmetry we read about line of symmetry. We saw various figures and we also draw the line of symmetry in the figures. So here symmetry. Okay. 2 figures are symmetrical to each other if they are exactly same. For example, if we have this triangle here and one more similar triangle here, this side is equal to this side is equal to this side, and this part is equal to this part, then we can say these two are similar triangles or these two are same triangles. So here, suppose a line drawn in So one of the triangle will become the mirror image of the another one. That is, suppose this is the triangle, I am going to name it A, B, C. Then here I will name it A dash, B dash and C dash. Okay, so this one we get when we find the reflection of the point on other side and this point also. So this is the reflection, and this line that I have drawn is called the line of symmetry. You can see by other way also. Suppose I have one circle here and it is asked that how many lines of symmetry in the circle. So I will draw this one which passes through the center. So in this case I have infinite line of symmetry. Suppose this one I am drawing correctly. So you can see this part and this part both are equal. In case of a square, if anybody will draw the line of symmetry, then in case of a square you can easily say there are 4 lines of symmetry. One around this one, then diagonally, then this one. Means these 4 are 1, 2, 3, 4 are the lines of symmetry of the square. And rectangle is given, you can here see one line of symmetry and another line of symmetry. But around diagonal there is no line of symmetry in the rectangle. Similarly in a triangle, just you have seen here, if it is an equilateral triangle, then we will have 3 lines of symmetry. And if we are having only isosceles triangle, then it has only 1 line of symmetry, and if a scaling triangle there is no line of symmetry. So here is no line of symmetry. Okay, I hope you understood. If any figure given to you, you can easily draw the line of symmetry. Thereafter we studied about reflection. Just now I have told reflection of a shape. Now I am going to tell you reflection of a point once more. Suppose here is point A and we have to take the reflection of this point, and this is the mirror line or line of symmetry. So we draw perpendicular on this line of symmetry. This is the perpendicular line. Now we cut the equal length here. It will be A dash, and it will be the required reflection of point A. So A dash is reflection of point A. Similarly, with the help of reflection, we can draw the reflection of any shape. Okay. And the last topic was perspective view. So perspective view, we studied that when we see the object and the point at the last, means the farthest point seems to be disappeared. When we see the object parallel lines of, suppose edge we are seeing the object, then it seems that it is going to be disappeared or ended at a point in perspective view. Or in other words, we can say that when we see from front side an object, it seems the object is going to become smaller at the farthest point and exactly the size of the object from the front point. Another term is here vanishing point or end point. When we see, as I told you earlier, also suppose it is a railway track, it seems when we see from this side, then it seems to be ended at after some distance here. So this point where it seems to be ended is called vanishing point. Okay. So this is all about the chapter 9 and 10. Just we have already discussed about it in the class. Still, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. in your class on Google Meet. So thank you students.